We're gonna kick off it's got a Barbarian assault round. First, we have to try to get into a team here. We'll be rolling as a team of 5, and we'll try to work through 10 different waves of this. I don't know if it's a mini game or what you want to call it, but then there's a boss at the end. So it's all about team play and trying to take it down together. Let's see if we can get into a team, and then we'll dive in. Sometimes it does take a minute to get an invite, depends on the time of day and how many folks are looking for partners, so we'll just keep trying for a few seconds. Okay, we got an invite. Looks like there's 4 people in this party, so just one more that we need and then we'll kick off. Guys, thanks again for joining. Certainly I'd appreciate if you could drop me a follow, subscribe to the page, and we'll try to keep putting some new content out there. We're trying to build this from the ground up, so thanks so much for watching along. Okay, there's our 5th player. So my role here is pretty much just going to be using my dragon scimitar to attack the monsters. There's some taller ones that run that will chase down, and then also there's some flyers. We pretty much just use the same strategy to take out both types though, so pretty low stress activity. Okay. We are dependent on some of our partners calling which attack type we're supposed to use, or else we won't actually be allowed to do damage in the game. So if you see me sitting idle for a few seconds, like right now, I'm really just waiting for my partner to tell us what attack type. Usually they're supposed to call immediately. Sometimes, for newer players, they might forget about that, so you might have to remind them here. There we go. It's all good, everybody learned at some point here, so just part of the game. Hey Sammy, thanks for joining. Hope you're having a good day so far. Alright, round number 1 is complete, 9 to go. Whenever we're playing a team game like this, you do run a risk that certain players may drop out, especially if they're newer and they're not really feeling the flow as well. It looks like we're about to lose one actually. So nothing you can really do about that. We'll just have to go get into another team and then we'll start over. Unfortunately, there's no way to beat this solo, so you don't really have a choice but to join a new team here. Okay, luckily we found a new team pretty quickly, so hopefully we have better luck with this one. Sometimes I like to leave my chat screen up here, mainly just to see the game will tell us when we've destroyed each of the 2 monsters we're attacking. So I just like to keep an eye on that just to make sure that nobody else on the team is waiting for me to do my part. All the rangers are dead. Let's see. And all the fighters are dead. So round 1 is done, again. you'll see each time we start a new wave, I also have to use my attacker horn here to call out what the egg type is for the collector. That's the yellow player here who's going to be picking up these eggs, and we use them to shoot at the monsters and stuff. Pretty much every role on the team has to look out for a different role on the team. So it's like, again, none of this can be done solo, which is kind of cool. Okay, we killed all the rangers, we killed all the fighters. So now we'll go check on our partners and see what they're doing. Sometimes when you're the healer, it takes a little while to kill the monsters you're responsible for, and the same thing for the defender. Okay, we're gonna call red egg so the collector knows what to do. We'll switch our attack type to aggressive, and we just do the same thing again. Once we get our points for beating this minigame, if we're lucky enough to make it that far, at the end you have a chance to roll for a pet drop. I want to say it's 1 in 1,000. So not the worst odds, but I still don't have it, so that's really the loot that I'm after. Looks like all the rangers are done. Now all the fighters are done, so we're in the clear. Okay, we're on to round 4. We'll call the blue egg up here, switch our attack type, and go kill the fighters and the rangers there, sorry. I think the most nerve-wracking part of this fight is when you're the blue player, the defender. They usually hang out over on the right side of the screen, and they're trying to stop these monsters called runners from getting past. There's some saw blades over there. But anyway, if you miss one of those, it takes forever to pull them back in, so I've got a pretty chill roll compared to them. Just waiting for them to call our attack type. Looks like it's defense. Okay, all the fighters are done. We've got a ranger over here. Okay, so we're done. Now we're just gonna wait for the healer to do his job, poisoning these other monsters. Looks like we lost a player, actually. That's a shame. About 40% of the way through, and unfortunately we're gonna have to start over again. Sometimes it's worth hanging out for a second just to see if he logs back in. If so, we could just pick up and keep playing. So anyway, we'll see. It looks like the rest of the team wants to hang out for a minute, so I'll just hang here with them. let's just go back to the lobby. We'll try to get into another team. Hopefully the third time is a charm. We'll have to get some of you guys into Scape in here. We can be friends and do this together. Sometimes when you're playing with randoms, you just, you know, can't pull it all the way through. Alright, so we've got 3 players out of 5. Sammy Jones, I see in the chat. Let's get you logged in here. And we just need 3 more. This will be my plea to ask for followers. We need you guys. It really is a bummer though if you're in an off time of day. I mean, it looks like there's about 10 players in here, but not all of them may be active right now. They might just be hanging out, chatting and stuff like that. Sometimes it could take 15 or 20 minutes just to find a team, never mind complete it, so we just got our 5th there, so we'll give it another shot. Alright, same old thing. We called the blue egg, so our yellow partner knows what to do. We've got our aggressive attack style, and now I'm going after the rangers and the fighters here. And some of my future videos, well, I'll stream some of the different player types you could be in here, different roles I should say, so that way you guys can see how some of the other ones are used. Okay, all the rangers are done, so we're just going after the fighters now. One may have snuck by us here. Oh, there he is. We got him. Oh, it looks like if I move my menu here, I think one of the runners got past the defender. We may lose some points from our total because of that, but it's not the end of the world. Again, the defender role is one of the hardest out of the 4 in here, so try to cut him some slack. I like running up the side here to the west side of our map. The main reason is just because it helps kind of keep all the monsters concentrated as they're coming through this cave entrance. And then that makes the yellow guy's job easier because all of the eggs are laying in the same spot. So it just kind of helps keep things organized as we work through the map here. All the rangers are done. We're just going after the last, I think that was the last fighter. Oh, this one's the last fighter. This one's the last fighter. They just keep coming. I honestly don't know how many come out each wave though. I've never actually sat here and counted them. I just kind of, usually we can take them out pretty quickly, so it never mattered, but there might be 10 or 15 for all I know. Looks like we did our part, but there's still a runner on the loose. So our defender partner is going to take care of that. You'll see this runner here. He's going to follow this food trail that the blue player put, and now he's going to get chopped up by that saw. So that's kind of the whole strategy there when you're a defender. There's really nothing I can do right now with this part. We just have to hope the defender's playing his role, which he is. We just have to wait for the rest of these runners to get taken out. Okay, there we go. Usually if you're with a strong team, you know, at least 3 partners are really good at their roles and you can fly through it. You could really beat one of these in probably like, let's say 20 to 25 minutes. If you've got some new learners though, these could take up to like 45 to 50 minutes. So you just have to make sure you've got enough time left in your day where you can sit down for that long. Just in case you've got some folks that are still getting used to it. Okay, fighters and rangers are done. Looks like this, I'm assuming, is a runner down here, but we'll take a look. It really stinks when these runners get past the defender. It's kind of nerve-wracking for them. So again, we just try to go easy on them. It doesn't really help to beat them up in the chat or anything like that. Looks like we got at least one more running out of the cave here. Okay, he's getting taken out by the saw. And now we're good. On to round 4. I think if you are planning to learn how to do this yourself, if you got a RuneScape account here, usually the yellow role, the collector role, is one of the easiest to learn. He's pretty much just following the attackers around, picking up the eggs whenever we kill a monster, and then he loads those eggs into some cannons in the middle, so we can then use the cannons to shoot the other monsters, so it kind of goes full circle. But the collector's really just randomly walking around the map picking up the eggs as they drop, so it's a really good opportunity just to get comfortable with something. And now we killed all the rangers and fighters again, so I'm just going to hang out here. Looks like another runner snuck down here in the bottom of the map, so our other guys are chasing them down. It stinks for the defender so bad when these runners are just like taking off down here. You can see our collector's actually using the cannon to shoot some eggs down here at him. So instead of us beating them with the saw, you can pretty much just blow them up with the eggs. So sometimes the players will kind of do that in parallel as the defender tries to get things back on track. On to wave 5. At least this team hasn't dropped out on us yet. If we at least complete this, it'll be worth the time. Try to adjust the camera view here so you guys can see better what's going on. Looks like we took down all the fighters. There's one ranger over here, that might be the last one. Okay, we got a runner coming. The defender's probably there freaking out, hopefully doesn't miss him again. But nothing for me to do, so I'll just sit here and relax. Okay, that one was smoother. Now we're on wave 6. It's a little tricky to see once all these eggs drop on the ground. That's what all that white text is. It's just really saying what type of egg it is, but I know it's hard to see through it and tell what anything else is. Okay, all the rangers are done. I don't know if this is the last fighter. Looks like it was, so now we can kick back again. See the yellow collector on the left here. He's using that cannon to shoot the runner since he's on the wrong side of the map, so that kind of sped things up a bit. Alright, we're on wave 7 right now, so we're getting closer. Reminder that there are 10 waves altogether, and the boss fight is actually on the 10th wave. So just this one and 3 more to go. 8, 9, and 10 after this. this, click there. The loot that we get from this fight, it's really nothing to brag about for the most part. I think a lot of people play this game just because of the pet drop, and you know, it's kind of cool. There's like 60 different pets in the game, so trying to collect those is, I don't know. It's cool when you finally see one drop, you know, because it doesn't happen that often. But outside of that, I don't know that I expect a whole lot of money to be made here, so it's more so just being in it for a different reason. It looks like we killed all the fighters and rangers, so we'll just hang out again for a few seconds. Seems like our defender friend kind of got the hang of it now. That's all been running more smoothly the last few waves. I probably just jinxed him. We'll see a couple runners go across the map in just a second. Sammy, did you create your account yet? We're almost ready for a new fight. She's working on it. This is a good game to play if you're getting ready for your day in the morning. You could sneak a few bites of cereal or something in while you're waiting for the defender. Gotta find something to do with the downtime. Uh-oh. Don't tell me he left us. It looks like our healer may have dropped out. We're not having the best luck with our teammates here tonight, but there is a chance that he got disconnected. It's a little bit odd for someone to sign out this late in the raid. Usually some people might do it at like level 5 or a little bit before 5. So the fact that we're on wave 8 just seems a little bit odd. Well, I hate to say it, but I think we gotta start over again. I appreciate you guys hanging in there. Obviously a lot of this is out of my control, but if you're liking the content so far and hopefully learning a thing or two, I definitely appreciate if you could follow the page or, you know, subscribe and just kind of show some support there. Thanks so much. Let's see if we can get another invite here. There's still quite a few folks sitting here in the lobby, so I would imagine somebody's trying to form a team. Let's actually try out healer. I haven't done that in a while. That way we can just keep the stream going. We'll try not to lose too much time here. I forget how to do it though, to be completely honest. I know I just had to grab these supplies here. I think what we want to do is use these things on these long neck creatures. Whatever food is has been called as poisonous that's what we want to use on those healer guys. You can see they're called the penance healers, in order to kill those. So instead of us using like melee combat to kill things, now we're just pretty much just poisoning those things until they go down. But I also have to heal our team members, which I forgot about at first. I'll show you that in the next round, but I have to follow all of the other players around and try to make sure their health stays up, so that way we don't have to reset the wave at all. So I just grabbed my inventory worth of food, plus this healing vial. Then I just filled up the vial. Almost. You actually have to use it on the pool itself. There we go. And now we're gonna go poison those worms again. It's been a good minute since I tried out this roll type, so I'm actually glad that I remembered it all here. Okay, we're all good there. All the healers have been killed. Being healer's not too bad until the very final wave when we're all fighting the boss together. That's when you start to get a little bit sweaty because you're doing all the legwork here, trying to pick up eggs and also heal all of your partners, and they're just constantly getting slammed, so it's a bit much. Okay, we did our part. It'd be nice if we could at least get to the boss fight here. I'd like for you guys to see what the end looks like. Alright. We're moving a little bit quicker this time. That's a good thing. was using the wrong food type. I thought I saw poison worms at first. That's my bad. It's okay though. Our team will lose a few points there, but other than that, it's not really a big deal. I just keep feeding him whatever food it is that we need to poison him with. That's why I just keep following him around there. He's just about done now. Just letting the poison do its thing here. You can see every like 3 or 4 seconds that hit splat pops up. So that's slowly taking all the health away from those guys. And then whenever I feed them a new piece of food, it just kind of resets that by doing 4 damage. And then every couple hits it goes from 4 to 3, 3 to 2, and so on. Alright, we are on wave 7 again. they go. Gets a little bit trickier in the later levels. There's more of these healers that come out. It just seems like they even enter the map a little bit later, so it puts the odds against you. So it just takes a couple minutes longer to wipe them out. I haven't really had to heal our teammates much yet. Looks like we have a few level 99s in here, so they usually don't need much from me. It's just the yellow collector, I've kind of got my eye on there. His health is going down to just about, he's under 70 now. So if that gets any lower, I might make it a point to run over and heal him a little bit. See, we still have healers coming out of that cave entrance. There's really nothing I can do about that, but now it's going to take a few seconds longer to take them from full health to none. Just about done here. This should be the last one. There we go. Okay. Level 9. I think this is the furthest we've made it now. And I probably should stop saying that because every time I do, our team leaves. Fingers crossed, though. I'm really just trying to tag each one of these healers one time, and then I move on to the next one, so that way all of their health will drain in parallel, and we're not actually taking them out like a single file approach, or else it would take an entire night in order to work through that. Realize our healers, or I'm sorry, our collector's not in very good shape here. Trying to get to him to heal him up a bit. Our attacker's down too. There we go. Run down, get some more supplies here, because that one healer's still walking around. He's got quite a bit of health. Lots of teams, once we get this far into it, they'll actually take one of their attackers and make him a healer, so there's two healers. I don't really mind doing it solo, but it does take longer when there's only one. But it's up to the team if they want to change that at all. almost there. Alright, we're going to wave 10. This is where it's gonna get sketchy. I really have to keep an eye on those two red attackers. I didn't realize that they were both a little bit lower in level. So anyway, I just don't want them to... Looks like there's actually going to be another one that helps heal, so that'll be good. It would have gotten quite sketchy if it was just me. We just have to redefine our roles here, and then we're going to go into the final fight. Okay, here we go. At the very end, you're going to see that we are collecting these yellow eggs, and then each character has to do something different to the egg, like put spikes on it, or dunk it in a poison pool, or whatever. I actually don't know what the healer's supposed to do. I think we put it in the poison pool, but we're going to have to play that one by ear. At least we made it to wave 10. One of our attackers is a little bit low on health, so just wanted to heal him a little bit. Looks like all the runners are done. Oops. Just trying to heal everybody the best I can. Okay, so now we're getting ready for, I believe, the final boss. It's exciting. We've had so many attempts tonight. I didn't know if we were going to make it. I see another viewer out there. Thanks so much for joining in. Appreciate you being here. Alright. Now we just have to try not to die. Guys, again, if you like the content tonight, I'd appreciate if you could sign on to my page, shoot me a follow, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll keep putting out videos like this one, trying different fights and raids and boss battles each day, okay? So I have one egg here. I'm going to dunk that into this poison crater. Then I'm going to give that back to the attacker. So far, so good. myself while I'm over here. Okay, now we're gonna load up the cannon here. There we go. Wow, we did it. We finally beat one. Sammy, thanks for hanging out, sticking with us. That was quite a journey. Thank you. Now you see we got a bunch of different points here for completing that raid. Well, not raid, but the fight. And I actually got some additional points from the attempts we had earlier. I'm going to go upstairs now because I can trade those points in for a loot roll. And hopefully this is where we're going to get the pet. So let's see here. Looks like we need at least 500 in a certain roll in order to be able to try to get the pet. I'm going to start with Defender here. Okay, so we got some black dragon hide. We'll have to see what the value of that is. But we still have enough points in another roll, the healer roll that we ended up getting pulled into. So let's see here. We got a granite helm. So what I'm gonna do now, we're just gonna put these into our exchange window here. Looks like we got 132k. So, you know, about 50 minutes worth of our time. You know, that's a good chunk of change there. But anyway, we'll keep trying for the pet. We got quite a journey ahead of us, I think. We got a far ways from 1,000 to go, so hopefully you guys will stick with me. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until next time.